In this small space on a corner, a woman is holding her granddaughter while she works her job. She told me that her daughter and son-in-law are at a dance at the school where their daughter attends. Grandma's watching the baby for 4 hours. As Roger and I did with almost everyone that we stopped to talk to, we gave them a little money for their time and made it worth their time. You see a small space occupied here by one of the women officers. Most people, like I said, will be working 6 days a week, 10 hours a day. Some work Sundays, but it's not as long as of a business day. It's easy to find somebody who's in charge of sweeping. They wear masks. I'm not really sure why, but they do. Here's a man earning his living in a very small space, a blind man. Some more traffic officers, sometimes blowing their whistles. Now my wife Bobby and Roger's wife Kim, right behind her, are running for their lives to cross the street. I gave this woman some money for taking pictures, and she wanted to know how much I was going to give her, and I don't know, I gave her 2 or 3 probably. I didn't spend too long, and I wasn't getting in her way. But this is her little space. She works inside there. Not everybody works and lives inside these small booths, but now here are some customers. They're coming up to buy who knows what. There's just all kinds of snacks and little necessities that these people stock these booths with. But some of them don't want to be on the inside. They stand on the outside. Look at how easily this woman fits in there, though. See, she's from the old civilization of the Andinos. And after these 2 women make their purchases, they'll leave and other people will come by because this lady knows where to put her cart. And she's Actually, this is downtown Miraflores, so on the outskirts of what I was just showing you. It's not practical for everybody to have their own car and drive around because there would be way too many cars. There's not enough parking space. So all kinds of people are walking. Therefore, these carts are a good way to do business. And now you can see how she can get out or in of her little cart, which is basically her house, her home, during her long work day, 6 days a week. Here's another woman inside her cart. My wife wanted to buy 18 packages of treats to take back to the United States. And so I was always interpreting for everybody, having a good time doing it. And here's a man taking his little space with him. He's got flowers, and I think that's something to go with the flowers, so people can make their bouquets in their offices or homes. And I am not sure if he's headed over to an apartment building or a business office building, but he's working hard for a living. He's working hard. This is somebody's dad or somebody's grandpa, and he just keeps on working. These two boys have a little space that they can move around with them, but it's always a small space. Shining shoes on one of the main squares in a town in the interior of the country called Cusco. These boys were very persistent. I asked them how much it cost to get my shoes shined, and they priced it per shoe. Here's a man. He takes his grinder. I don't know how he moves it around, but I guess on wheels, and he sharpens people's knives, blades, whatever they've got. And then, you know, if the not too many pedestrians are coming by that way, then he has to move it to where he thinks they'll be. But all of these people learn where the pedestrian traffic is. I don't know what she's brought him out to sharpen it. Maybe she's bringing a set of steak knives. This was back on one of the main malls, one of the most popular plazas in downtown Lima. And these people are selling pens, ballpoint pens, felt pens, different kinds of markers. I said, where do you get all these? And the lady said, well, you know, people's aunts or grandmas bring some of them. So some of them are used and some are new, but they're all very nice. And I just thought you would enjoy seeing how one family makes their living. And they'll be there in that little space for a long, long time too. They also take turns watching each other's children. Now here are two people who make a living parking cars, watching how long cars are parked there. Now she's the actual city employee in this particular spot. The guy behind her is, I'm not going to say he's a beggar. He's working for tips, so he helps her, and you know, to tell you the truth, he can't be making very much money. I asked her, how do you keep track? And she says, well, you know, she puts these little tickets on the windshield wiper and, you know, just checks to see when the people come back, and then they pay a certain amount. He thought that since I was taking pictures, getting information from him too, I ought to give him something. So I gave him 1 or 2 soles. And she was happy to have him around because, you see, all these people understand that it's tough to make a living. So he's running around working hard, trying to help people find a parking spot and helping them back out. So he'll go into the street when they're ready to leave and make sure that the way is clear for them to back out. Otherwise, it would take forever for a car to get out. And then they'll give him a coin, and he'll have made a little bit of money. Again, he's somebody's dad. Somebody's dad, a grown-up, working like this, working hard to make a living, to get by, to support a family. And you might wonder, well, maybe I should give him, like if it was you, you know, you might be thinking, oh, I'll give him $10. No, you can't do that. You got to be very careful about that. You cannot be Santa Claus. You got to give people money that's in proportion to what they're doing, and then you can give more than that, you know, a little bit more than that, but don't go crazy, you know, because you're feeling sorry for them. Don't do that, or you ruin relationships for other people. They start looking at other tourists as Santa Claus, and so you just have to control yourself and treat these people with respect and generosity, but keep it controlled. It's been great being with you for another lesson. I'm doing what I can to prepare you to be a world citizen, a world traveler, somebody who's ready to face the world with eagerness instead of with fear and anxiety. Hasta luego.